Well, our final task is to use the given 0 to find the remaining zeros of f of x, which equals x to the fourth plus 6x cubed minus 6x squared plus 6x minus 7, and the 0 they gave us is negative I. Well, if negative I is a 0, then I will also be a 0 because zeros come, imaginary zeros come in complex conjugate pairs. So let's get started. We know in the box we're going to install a negative I. And here's the coefficients: 1, 6, negative 6, 6, and negative 7. Now we'll bring down the 1, multiply it times I, and we get minus I. Add these up, we get 6 minus I. Now we'll multiply by negative I again. And a negative I times negative I is I squared, and I squared is negative 1. Negative 1 and negative I times 6 is negative 6I. So adding these up, we get negative 7 minus 6I. Now multiplying through by negative I, we get negative I times negative 6I is 6I squared, but I squared is negative 1, so that's negative 6. And multiplying a negative I times negative 7 is plus 7I. Adding these up, we get a 7I. The 6's add out. Now, negative I times I, or 7I, is going to be negative 7I squared, but I squared is negative 1, so that's going to be a positive 7, and there's our 0. So let's do it again, because we know I is also a 0. So, repeating the process, bring the 1 down, times I, and that is 1 times I is I. Adding these up, we get 6. Now, 6 times I is 6I. Adding these up, we get negative 7. The 6i's add out. Multiplying times I, we get negative 7I. And there's our 0. So now we know that f of x equals x plus I times x minus I times x squared plus 6x minus 7. But this quadratic factors, so we have x plus I times x minus I times x, and let's see, we're going to have a plus 7 and a minus 1. And now if you FOIL that, you'll get x squared plus 6x minus 7. So the zeros, and this is f of x, the zeros are x equals plus or minus I, negative 7, and 1. And here's f of x in factored form. Here's the zeros, and we're done.